Hello, friends. Welcome to Take Two for this Wednesday, the 14th of January, 2026. I'm Jeannie, and I'm so glad you've decided to come along for the ride on this hump day, this middle of the month hump day. Gosh, wasn't it just like a few weeks ago that we were shopping for Thanksgiving? It's hard to believe how time is just flying by. But I want to share something with you about what it means to be smart. And I'm going to use that word very carefully, but hear what I have to say. Michael and I were watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, old reruns with Regis Philbin. And we were watching, and there was this one contestant, and he did the fastest finger thing, and he got to be on. And of course, Regis is asking him all kinds of questions before they start the game. And he's asking him, what he does. And this guy has like a PhD in some sort of advanced science field. I mean, he sounded like an absolute Mensa genius. Well, anyway, the questions then begin. And the first question comes out, and it was a question about a saying. And it said, "A stitch in time saves what?" And it was like, is it saves you money at the grocery store? Does it save you your sister? Does it save you 9? Or does it save you your pet rock? I mean, it was just absolutely ridiculous. Anybody knows a stitch in time saves 9, or so you would think. This guy was profusely sweating. He did not know the answer to this. And finally, he just like blurted out 9. And of course, it was the right answer. Well, then it got to the second question. And the second question was equally simple. Don't remember exactly what it was, but he was panicking again. And he had to ask the audience. Well, of course, the audience picked the right answer. And it was like 99% said this. And then the rest was, whatever, that 1%. He goes, okay, I guess I'll have to go with the audience. And by the third question, he got it wrong, and that was it, and he was out of the game. And I said to myself, my gosh, I thought this guy was like a PhD in whatever science field he was in, but something simple like that was not his thing, not his gifting, not his understanding. So do you say he's not smart? Well, maybe he's just not versed in those things. Now, let's go to the other side of the spectrum. There's a young boy who's about 8 or 10 years old who's on YouTube, and I love to follow him. He has Down syndrome, and he loves to do cooking videos with his parents. Very patient, loving, affirming mom and dad with him, and they stand there and they say, okay, it's time to be in the kitchen with, and they cook. And it's simple stuff, mixing a few things in a bowl, popping something in the oven, very, very simple stuff. But this little boy is so thrilled to be part of this and doing this. And to him, being able to put something in a bowl and mixing it up, that's his smartness. See, here's what I realized from watching that game show and then watching this young boy mixing something in a bowl with a spoon. I realized there's different levels of what you consider smart. What makes you smart? Now, there's some people who could, build a rocket. Probably that guy who lost on Millionaire, he probably could build a rocket, but he didn't know a nursery rhyme, or he didn't know a common saying, or just the simplest of things that we would take for granted and know. But let me tell you, I knew the answer to that first question, but I can't build a rocket ship. And so there's just different levels of what's smart and what isn't. And you think about that and say, gosh, the next time I'm ready to judge someone on whether or not they're smart, stop and think. There's different areas in our lives where we're more versed or more knowledgeable about it than the other guy, okay? And I would bet you even that rocket guy, that genius, he might not have even been able to be a match for that young boy in the kitchen with that bowl and spoon. Now listen, go ahead and be a blessing to somebody today, because you may end up being the only one who is. And if you know somebody who's struggling and saying, I'm not very smart, you remind them about the things they are smart at, okay? And also, don't forget to please follow me on X if you haven't done so already. It's at Jeannie NY Woman, the little @ Jeanne NY Woman. hit the follow button, leave a comment if you like. I would love some comments from you. And also, please, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel already, please subscribe to my channel. It's Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, really helps with those algorithms, and by all means, leave a comment. All right, tune into my program every Saturday on ultimateoldiesradio.com at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern and 8 Central every Saturday. And then you can also tune in on Sundays on oldie700.com at 4 Central and 5 Eastern AM and PM. You be blessed. Take care. And remember, you're smart. You're smart at least at one thing, but maybe you're smart at a bunch of things. Just try to remember, I'm smart. See you next time. Bye-bye.